in our interview test series 2023 for civil service aspirants. As yesterday I discussed certain points regarding current economy, I further proceed. That is stable government debt profile with low currency and interest rate risk. Prior to explain this topic, I would like to suggest to go through my YouTube channel, the Economica IAS, the Economica IAS, and you will collect all current issues here like budget, economic survey, day-to-day events. And prior to explain this topic, students, I would like to clear you that today Central Statistical Office given its data for the expected growth rate in the financial year 2023-24, and it is expected to be 7.3%, which you have to memorize because it is important in recently CSO, Central Statistical Office, today the Hindu newspaper means 6 December 2024 predicted growth rate for the financial year 2023-24 7.3%. Prior it was expected by RBI 7% because in H1 2023-24 it was 7.7%, and present scenario is better. Now come on the issue why it is so, because of better performance, or you can say government policy regarding the development of our economy, expansionary fiscal policy, credit availability to different kinds of purposes, investment, consumption, etc. Now come on the issue. Stable government debt profile, you can see low proportion of external liabilities in central government. External liabilities, if you go through this picture, you will see only 4.9%. Internal liabilities 95.1, means we are depend less on foreign debt, more on domestic. It is because our foreign sector, or you can say balance of payment, is in our favor. That is why our external liability is comparatively less. This is 4.9%. Now next is, that is elongations of government debt maturity profile. That is, what is the debt maturity time period in the year 2021-23, dark blue which is indicated here, that is the maturity period more than 10 years or equal to 10 years, 65.9%, but it reduced to 58.1%. That is a positive sign. Why? Our low time debt, that time period, that total debt reduced from the 65.9 to 58.1. In case of time maturity 10 to 20 year, that is remaining constant at 22.9% in both the period 2012 and 13, 2021 and 22, there is no change. But the debt less than 20 years is increased from 11.2% to 19.0%. That is the debt profile of the government of India, by which you can understand on the debt ground government is improving consistently as it was recommended by our 15th Finance Commission. Means somewhere government following the recommendations of 15th Finance Commission and minimizing its debt burden. Now you can see the modest growth in government debt to GDP ratio. If we compare the debt to GDP ratio and we compare with other countries, red indicators show the 2005, blue indicators show the 2021 financial year. In case of Japan, if you go through, in Japan, the growth in government debt to GDP ratio in India relatively peers India, that you can say 81%, 84%. With respect of GDP, our debt was in 2005 81 and in 2021 84. It showed 3% rise in our debt with respect of GDP. In case of Japan, it was 174%, 263% respectively for the year 2005 and 2021. If you compare with India, it is more larger. Similarly, you can compare the US, which is lesser, but in 2021 in USA in comparison to 2005, debt to GDP ratio is very high. As you know, if it is more than 10%, 100%, priorly in 2009-10, American economy come under the debt crisis, when the different international organizations deny to give any kind of further debt to US, that leads the global economy in recession. And as you can see, France, they are also increasing 113%, China 26 to 72%, South Africa 30 to 69%, Brazil 69 to 93, and India again minutely 3% rise in, they are trying to reduce it consistently. As you can see, the structure of debt also in favor 95.1% internal debt and rest of the 4.9% external debt in India. In case of Germany, minutely performance of Germany better in comparison to India also. That is, Indonesia is also much better than Indian if you see only the growth in debt to GDP ratio. If we show the growth in debt to GDP ratio. Now come on the very important issue, that is monetary measures. Monetary management and financial intermediations a good year. Why we say it is a good year? Somewhere our monetary policy effectively achieving its target. You can see, I will give you, RBI raised the policy rate, this is statistics, and I will explain every part of this question. Come on the issue. Repo rate means repurchasing auction, marginal standing facility, this SDF, standing deposit facility, reverse repo rate, these are the rate. In case of RBI, if you go through these statistics, the repo rate in the April 2022, it increased from 3.75% to 4.25%, and it was in this year 4%, again it increased up to 4.25%. Means it was increased how many time? 2 times. Increase from this one to that one. It was the what? Repo rate increased by 4% to, that is standing deposit facility increase up to 3.75, it was this rate, and this reverse repo rate 4.25%. Again you can see it is highest since December 2002 at the rate of 6.25% repo rate, then standing deposit facility 6%, marginal standing facility 6.5%. That is since December 2022. Why it is increased by the government? So that we can stabilize the price, and successfully we stabilize the price. We stabilize the price by the monetary means As you know, repo rate is high, then the cost of credit will be high. That will discourage the credit demand in the market, and in this way, decreasing demand will stabilize the price, and same thing happen in our economy. Monetary policy transmission from repo rate hike is underway. As you can see, I priorly discussed. Now come on the Warley Fresh rupee loan weighted average lending rate that were increased 135 basis. Ordered outstanding deposit weighted average domestic terms deposit rate, which is increased by 59 point basis in April to November 2002. The time period is same. Now, as I priorly discussed regarding non-performing assets of our economy, and I further gross non-performing assets ratio at the 7 years low of 5%. And as I priorly discussed in December 2023, it was only 3.6%. Now it is better. The data is given March 2020, March 2021, March 2022, and September 2022 respectively. You can see public sector banks, private bank, foreign banks, that is cooperative banks, that is, and as you can see, public sector bank non-performing assets consistently decline and reach up to the 5%, as it was round about 11%, to September 2022 it was only 5%. In December 2002 it was only 3.6%. Private sector bank also performing very well, and their non-performing assets is less than 4%. Foreign bank non-performing assets is round about 1 point something percent if you calculate the data in this way, and this cooperative banks also decline consistently their non-performing assets. Non-food credit growth in double digits since April 2022. Just you can see April 2022, the growth of which one? Non-food credit in percentage of year and year increased suddenly from round about 7% to 20%. After then it began to fall. That is also show the effectiveness of our monetary policy. Next point, yield on 10 years government bond stable in 2022. As you can see the diagram, it explains that is yield on 10 years government bond which is stable in the year 2022 but minutely increasing. It was stable since June 2022 to December 2022, minutely fluctuating in nature. Next point, direct institutional effect as a countervailing force to FPI outflow in recent year, that is foreign portfolio investment. April to November, the factor which you have to understand responsible for that kinds of outflow is what? Tough monetary policy followed by the America and other countries that were began to reverse the foreign investment from India to other destinations. This is today complete. I will further discuss this topic tomorrow, students. And if you have any query, you can contact me. My mobile number 999923 7051. Thank you.